Hello, everybody. I want to start by saying I just came from the doctors and we've got a good report so far. The lady said that I will be hearing from the doctor tomorrow. I assume that everything went well with my mammogram. While I was out and about, I got a lot of wonderful response, and I want to thank everybody who saw us today and said something to us. Thank you so much. I want you all to know you're so appreciated, and especially to those workers at Walmart. The one in Pawpaw, or Three Rivers, my bad. We didn't go to Pawpaw today. We went to Three Rivers. You employees are exceptional out there. Every time I go out there, you guys do a wonderful job, and I want to thank you for everything that you do. Which brings me to my next topic. Everybody who has watched my videos knows that my daughter was wrongfully removed and that I have at least three people involved in my situation that were murdered. My mother, who was murdered at the hospital in Kalamazoo. Then I've got my aunt who was murdered in California. I guess they said she had an Afrin overdose, which I assume was injected into her. Then we've got my grandmother who was murdered. She was poisoned in 1991. It was the same year that I married James O'Keefe. My purpose in all of this is because the people that he's got on Project Veritas from CBS last night, this April Moss, I have to wonder about her because Senator Moss from Michigan hangs out with Gretchen Whitmer and the Attorney General, Dana Nessel. So I already have issues with these people. Now, I appreciate Senator Moss because he's the one that responded to me in the Instagram message when I spoke to him about the changing of the rainbow. He is a big supporter of the LGBTQ community. These guys heard what I was saying when I spoke up on using the word gay, which is a biblical word for happy, and as a same-sex relation, and also what a persecution it is for the LGBTQ community to be using the rainbow as their symbol, knowing that it's a symbol of God's eternal promise to never flood the earth again. So my issue here is this. I don't know what Dana Nessel or what Senator Moss has to say about April Moss, but I do know about the Teapot Dome scandal, which, I find it funny because April owns the Teapot Dome over there in Decatur, Michigan. Then across the street from that, we've got Emma, the auto place called Rose Auto, which wasn't hard for me to figure out with regards to that situation, especially when you start talking about this Ivory Hecker, who we all know in common knowledge has had an intimate relationship, not just with William Carpenter, who I've told everybody has been diagnosed, it's been confirmed to me that he was diagnosed with HIV. And then on top of that, she also had an intimate relationship with another person involved in my case, Jerome Berry. It's common knowledge, and I saw the video that Michael Berry posted where they so nicely threw up in their mouths when they saw her writing with, I believe it was Mr. Carpenter. I didn't see who the man was, but they surely puked and thought it was really nasty. I think personally that James O'Keefe and Project Veritas are just out of fresh ideas. People, please don't be too hard on them because, they've been overworked during the election. And these guys they're so tired, and it's obvious that it's showing in their work. On top of that, I think they're taking some of these issues personally with regards to the situation going on. But my problem here is that the further we go, the more we can see that there's a problem with the judgment in regards to these people, knowing that these people that they're picking for stories are questionable people, and they have bad reputations, which shocks me coming from James O'Keefe. I know, everybody says, Tina, you should have known better, and I agree with that. But, I have standards, and it's just so disappointing for me to know that that's what I married, and that's the choices that he's making in his professional career. It's completely obvious that he's pulling his professional career into his private life together. And that's something that's just so tasteless and irresponsible. I understand what I do, but I'm a civil rights activist. I had to bring my personal situation out because of the situation involving my mother, my aunt, and my grandmother. On top of that, my daughter was wrongfully removed and my two older children because I reported being a victim. Nobody disagreed with me as far as being a victim's concerned. However, what they all do disagree on is how to handle it, and they've done a crappy job. Project Veritas needs to get out of the business if they're going to keep doing stuff that's malicious and hurting people. These guys are flaunting these two women around. I can't say personally with April Moss. I don't know a lot about her. Just that she is involved in the Gretchen Whitmer bribery scandal. And so is this other girl. So these guys are all friends. They all grew up vacationing together. So it's obvious what's going on here with that situation. I just pray that these guys clean their act up because they had a really good thing going. This is a lot of the reason I don't want to give my evidence to James O'Keefe. And it's the reason I've been hollering, no. It's hard to get out sometimes, but, you know, when I stand back and look at these guys and their situation, what they're doing, it's disturbing. And it's something that needs to be resolved amongst themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. CBS, I don't know what's going on over there. I did not watch the interview or whatever they had with CBS over there last night. I was too busy getting ready for my appointment today. But I will tell you that there's some issues with regards to these people's credibility. And it's making me start to wonder about the credibility of Project Veritas and James O'Keefe. And it gives reason as to why James O'Keefe has been banned off of Twitter and Facebook. I think is it just Twitter? I don't know. I don't watch him like that. I just keep somebody keeps putting his stuff in my feed. And so when I see it and I know it's a load of doo-doo, I have to respond to it. With God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day. And back the badge.